Hey, there you are. Glad you could make it. Here, have a seat. Man, you look tired. Guess the others have run you ragged, huh? I'm actually kind of surprised you're standing here right now. Anyway, yeah, please, sit down. These chairs are super comfortable. They don't look like much, but they serve their purpose really well. So, what do you think? You already look really comfortable. Well, good. You really do deserve it, after everything you've been doing. Speaking of, I assume that the others didn't tell you what was going on. Typical. Even when they're trying to help someone, they never say anything about what they're trying to do. Well, they never were much for real talk anyway. Still, I hope you at least enjoyed spending time with them. In any event, I suppose you're well overdue for an explanation. Before we get into that, however, why don't you have a look at the menu? They have perhaps too many kinds of coffee available? Oh, don't worry, it's on me. I'm inviting you. This is my treat. Take your time. There's no need to rush here. While you're deciding, I suppose I'll get down to it. You remember when Colin was fired and he retreated into his room? We didn't see him for like 3 months. Yeah, Sam was so upset with him for not paying the rent. He almost threw him out. But do you remember what happened instead? You talked to him. You found out that he was suffering because his boss was like a father to him, and getting fired felt like being disowned. You listened to him. You gave him the time of day, and as a result, he was able to pick himself back up. And speaking of our friends, Sam, do you remember when he met that girl who claimed to be ex-mafia? Well, I don't specifically remember the details, but if I remember correctly, it was you who drove through 5 different cities without sleep to find him. Okay, maybe it wasn't as amazing as I make it out to be, but the fact that you were willing to do that for your friends, to go above and beyond what anyone would expect of you, just wow. We're really lucky to have a friend like you. And, of course, before I forget, let's talk about me. Do you remember when I was in college and I was majoring in something I didn't know I hated? Do you know who talked me out of it? I think you're finally starting to see a pattern here. So, recently we noticed something. When you got your new job, we started seeing you less and less. I know it pays more, but we started getting really worried about you. But the final straw was when we saw you come home 2 nights ago. Do you remember what happened? Nothing. You didn't say a word. You walked into the house. Colin offered to take your coat since it was his turn to do the laundry, but you just wandered off to bed. You closed your door and that was it. And then around 3 a.m. that night, we heard crying from your room. It was awful. The next day I got together with the others that morning and we talked about it. About what had happened. I don't actually think you left your room at all that day. But anyway, when we got the mail, we found out what happened through some small detective work in one of the envelopes. I'm sorry, by the way. No one could have seen that coming. So, we decided that the best thing to do was to show you just how much we appreciated you. So we kidnapped you. Yeah, and when we arrived, we split up to go to our individual locations, and Sam was first. And he got punched in the face. By you, of course. Well, I hope you guys at least had fun in the theme park that he took you to, despite the black eye. Well, I'm glad. It was probably the most expensive part, buying those tickets. But Sam insisted. You know how he gets. Let's see. After the theme park, Colin found you and took you to a game. I forget what kind of game. Football? Basketball? I don't know. All I know is that I usually hear a lot of cheering from you guys. No, don't worry. It's no big deal. You guys were having fun. It's nice. Then, after that, Colin took you here and told you to go inside. And here we are. Why here? Well, I knew the others would take you to very loud and noisy events, and not that those kinds of things aren't fun, but it's nice to unwind and have some time to relax, as well as think. I don't know. What do you think? I'm glad you agree. Don't worry. If you fall asleep, we'll drive you home. We're your friends, right? So, have you made a decision on what you want to get? Ah, great. Just write it down on the card here and the waiter will come and pick it up. What am I getting? Well, I actually don't care that much for coffee. I like the smell, but the taste is just kinda So I ordered this really nice sounding hot chocolate. It says there's some mint and caramel in it. Well, I figured this should be an interesting experience for the both of us, right? No need for you to hog all the spotlight. So, that theme park, you go on any roller coasters? Nice. Sounds like you had a real blast. I can't really stand roller coasters myself. I don't like the feeling of G-force, what can I say? Makes me feel really uncomfortable. You know your boy don't like that. What else did you do? I'm sorry, what? Sam met someone. Well, I wonder how that will go down. Knowing his luck, he's probably met someone who's working for some secret communist outfit or something. I don't know. Personally, I don't see the appeal of romantic love. Seems very overrated. Besides, as long as I'm with you guys, I'm satisfied. Who needs anything else? You guys give me all the love and support I could ever need. Aw. Thanks. I love you too. Anyway, after you hung out with Sam, Colin found you, right? Guess Sam got distracted. Forgot he was supposed to take you to Colin. Anyway, he took you to a game, right? I don't know what kind of game. I'm sorry. I don't do sports. You have more in common with Colin in that sort of regard than I do, but hey, that's okay. Did you both have a good time at least? Did your team win? Oh man, I sound like my dad. Oh, Our drinks have arrived. Thank you. Alright, let's give this a try. That's actually quite nice. I've never actually had a hot chocolate that tasted so sophisticated, I suppose is the word. How's yours? Pfft, okay, hoity-toity. How does it actually taste? Really? Well, that is curious. I didn't expect it to taste like that. What do I know? Jeez, you're in a sassy mood. You usually get like this when you're tired. No, it's fine. You're fine. You look pretty tired, though. Are you actually feeling alright? No, silly. I didn't drug you. What do you take me for, Sam's ex? Yeah, which one, right? Well, don't worry about falling asleep. You've had a long day, and I'll take you home when you wake up, okay? Rest well. Oh, and don't worry about anything. Today is your day to do what you want. This is your time. Enjoy it. Sleep well, my friend.